Welcome to another episode of The Conversation with Emmanuel and Chichi. Now, we've actually had a lot of problems that have actually arisen as a result of the fact that maybe a woman is unable to give sex to the husband because she has a problem, or the man himself is actually unable to maybe have an erection, or he has erectile dysfunction. Now, this is something that actually comes as a shock in marriage. The question that we're asking today is, should we now ask people to have sex before marriage so they can know what it is they're actually getting into? I am not alone. Like I said, I am with my friend.
Welcome everybody. It always exciting to know that you guys are on the other side of the camera. Now in the studio we have an amazing gentleman and an amazing, very talkative young lady. Now let's face it, all of us have had sex, right? Almost all of us.
Come on, don't say all of us. We still have virgins out there.
Emmanuel.
We would have a virgin watching us, Chichi.
No, there's nothing like that. Ain't no such a virgin out there. That's done a long time ago.
Okay.
In the studio we have a gentleman and a lady. I think I'll let them introduce themselves and what they do right before we get into the nitty-gritty of the show. We'll start with ladies first.
Okay, I'm Just Tash. I'm a radio personality, philanthropist, businesswoman, and just awesome.
Okay, I'm Changwe Mambwe, and I'm a life coach. I do majorly relationship and marriage.
Okay, wonderful, awesome. So, Chichi, I did ask, Mwaupana, and you find that the man can't get it up. Too much load shedding in the bedroom. He can't get it up. If he has to, maybe he lasts 2 minutes. Really, what's the right thing to do? Should people maybe have sex before marriage so they can know what they're getting into?
Look at my eyes. This is my disappointment when I find that a man cannot have an erection. How? Why would you want to do that to me? I mean, Tash, can you position yourself in that situation whereby you don't have sex with this person, right? You just say, look, okay, I know we're not going to focus on the aspect of Christianity, but we do have people that say, look, I just want to be celibate. I don't want to have sex until, for various reasons, right? For whatever reasons they have. And then they say, look, we're going to get married without having sex, right? In the relationship. Now, picture yourself. You don't have sex with this person. You get married. And then, bam, they cannot have an erection. Like, they just cannot perform.
Okay, let me position myself.
I know how you go.
Let me position myself. Okay, so let me put it into this sort of example. You walk into a store, you're going shopping, okay? You buy a pair of shoes. What's the first thing you're going to do before you buy the shoe? The size?
Well, I mean, you know the size.
You're going to try it on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, you know the size. You know you're a size 6.
Yes, but you have to try it on.
Okay.
Because not all size 6s fit the size.
Okay. But you simply have to ask size 6 USA or size 6 UK.
Yes, but you're still going to... Have you ever bought a shoe you didn't try on first?
I didn't try this one. I knew it would fit me. I got it and bam.
That's Emmanuel.
I don't believe him though. I don't even believe him. Before you buy a shoe, even jeans or whatever, because you're gonna end up wanting to take it back to get a better size.
Okay.
Unfortunately, with marriage, you cannot take it back. You divorce, you split up, or you find that one person starts to cheat because it's like, and this is very sad. It's because you love the person so much. And it's like, okay,
stop beating about the bush, Tash. Stop it.
About you. No, listen.
Should people have sex before marriage to know what they're getting into?
It's very complicated because what if I love everything about this man except that one thing?
Yeah.
Then what happens? Now cheating is involved because I need to get pleased, but then he also takes care of my heart. Now what do we do? You see? So sometimes I don't know, but yes, I think people should have sex.
That's what we're looking for.
Why did it have to take her so long to say it?
She's a woman.
Changu, please.
Yes.
I mean, these disappointments we are having in marriage. Should people have sex before marriage to know what they're getting into?
I think personally, if it's going to be, if for instance it's Taj and me, and we know for sure we're going to do that. I think it's okay if we're going to have it. I think let's phase out the issue of biblical stuff.
Yeah.
Let's just be realistic about this thing. I think the majority of people today are practicing sex before marriage. Actually even starting.
Would you refuse to marry a woman on the basis that she has said she's not going to have sex with you until you marry her?
I would probably want to understand as to what are some of the reasons that
I'm a Christian.
I think that's not reason enough for her to convince me not to.
So on what grounds? On what grounds?
On what grounds will I not marry her? I think this is why I said, for me, I think it's important that we get these things established properly. Yeah. If people are going to get into a relationship together, I think it's important that they get to have the direction and the relationship defined, knowing where it's going and what is expected of them as a people. They need to know what they should be doing. As in, a woman and a man has a role to play to make a relationship, be active. Yesterday, I think I posted on my page, I was saying, a relationship is a product, and the quality of it is dependent on the players. So the two people in the relationship produce it. So if you're going to produce a fake one, it's all because either of you is fake, or both of you are actually just fake and not real. So a lot of things are happening because people are actually not honest about these things.
Sex, great one. Chichi, I want to make you understand. I don't know if I should be making you understand this or I should be asking you this. I'll tell you something, Chichi. As a man, I come to you and I'm saying I want to marry you, okay? If I have erectile dysfunction, chances are that I know I have that problem.
Yeah.
Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
So I propose and you agree to marry me, and then in marriage you actually find that I'm unable to perform. Are you getting my point? Tabuleima. Would you leave me?
To be very honest with you, I have seen women out there that are sexually frustrated.
Okay.
I'm good morning, madam. Bring no punches. I'm like, yo, honey, you need to relax. That wasn't there in the night, yo. So coming back to your question, to be very honest with you, I think it's only fair. You would tell me right from the start that you have a problem. Let it be my choice.
Yeah.
Give me that benefit of a doubt for crying. I feel like that's very fair. Like, I feel like if you have a problem.
Can I just add
Okay, Tag, please.
Let me just add to that and also compliment, tag me. Just to also compliment what he said. I think a successful relationship is based on the knowledge and the consciousness of what you can handle and what you can't handle about your partner.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I love you, everything about you, and then now, we have sex and I find you can't have erectile dysfunction, but I make a conscious decision to still marry you despite that because it's okay, I can deal with it. Yeah. Then, because you have women who have dealt with that, sometimes maybe the manhood isn't the kind of size they wanted, but they stay with that man because they say, there's so much more he gives me that I can live with that.
Size may not be so much of a factor.
Oh, it's a factor.
Honey, it is.
Oh,
it's a factor. You need to have that book. I did a high five for that one.
Don't fool yourself.
I understand that. Okay, but let's face it, guys. What is the advice that we actually are going to give to a person that is a Christian? And they've made it clear, Chichi. Get me right there.
Yeah.
They have made it clear and they're saying, we are never going to have sex. But again, Chichi, would the woman know that?
Okay, for na issue. Experience that. I have been in a relationship where we agree with the guy, like we were celibate, like we're not gonna have sex until we. What did you marry me? Like we agreed that we're not gonna have sex, but I have to try by all means to feel that he's able. I would try to caress, like, hi, my pastor's I would caress him, like, I would try to get closer because I know you men are quite sensitive. Like, if you're attracted to me sexually, if I come to you, man, you will react.
Yes.
And I needed to feel that something is there. When I wasn't doing anything, I'm like, hey. I don't want to go through that frustration. Are we okay, baby?
I'm very okay. Now listen, you guys.
Let's zip in.
Okay,
I think
please.
the problem has been where you try multiple. If you're going to have date 10 people.
But John, make me understand something. What's the guarantee?
Exactly.
What's the guarantee if you people are going to actually date and you're having sex?
Like, look at what happened to one of my clients. She comes to me and she tells me her boyfriend or husband today cannot satisfy her, which means there's been some satisfaction before. So she meets this guy that cannot satisfy her.
Yeah.
So if one has tried 10 or 3 people, they've got these different experiences. So you find, remember at some point where you and I had a conversation with someone that told us they were involved with someone that would mention the name of Jesus when they were
it just the two of you?
You understand? And then this guy was like, this is not church. We're not just about to partake some holy
as in
stuff.
Jesus, the blood of Jesus.
You understand?
That's so weird.
Can you respect yourself?
Some people will have certain experiences, and from the experiences they have, they expect certain reactions from the people, from their partner as they perform the act.
Okay, Chan, we just hold that we'll be back right after the break.
Awesome. Chichi, I don't want to, stop you from what it is you started. Please, I think pick it up.
We want to get Natasha's perspective of view on how to advise a Christian regarding sex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sex is such a personal thing. It's such a, for me, it's spiritual. Okay. So I would try to come at it from a spiritual angle. Having sex with multiple partners in claim of I want to find the one that fits me doesn't work. But if you have a spiritual connection with somebody and you see yourself spending the rest of your life with that person, and you want to know if that spirituality extends into a sexual nature as well, I don't see a problem with that. I would tell a Christian, you won't go to hell if you want to make love or have sex to the person that you love. But having sex with a bunch of people, under the facade that you're trying to find the right one, for me, I think is a little bit.
How do we go about it, Jamwe? Really, how do we go about it? I'll tell you what, Christians will actually say it's not right to actually have sex. But again, even a Christian,
Play yourself,
I
honey.
think as a counselor, these are things that you've actually had to deal with, where people have come to you and they have talked about how that there is serious load shedding in the bedroom. Maybe he only lasts a minute. Maybe he only lasts 30 seconds. How then can you actually, advise these people? I'll tell you what, I think the biggest mistake, Chichi, that we actually get to make as a people is we do not want to give sex its place in marriage. We want to behave like, it's something that couples can actually do without, but that is something I do not actually agree with. So how do you then deal with this?
I think when you look at the church circles, there's a lot of pretense in it, where sexual stuff are concerned. And I think, in my opinion, being a marriage coach that I've been for some time, dealing with these things, I've come to learn that when people pretend, when people go for counseling to their pastors, the best question that they will ask them is, do you love the person? And the answer is obviously certainly yes, because there's the event, the wedding that is coming up, and everything else is ignored from that perspective. So you find that the sex is not properly talked about, it's not properly tested, and I don't want, when I say tested, I don't practically mean you people getting into it, but I think there's some conversation that people that are dating can get into that will make them make informed decisions whether or not the person that they are seeing is functional or not.
So let's say, for instance, Chichi, let's make viewers understand this. You have a partner that says they are not okay with the idea of having sex. Before marriage?
Yeah.
Does the question now become, are you sure you are okay
with not having sex?
No. I mean, are you sure you are okay with yourself?
Where do you work?
Does it work?
Do you work?
I think for me, I'm okay with.
Do you have value?
Okay. Like for me, it's never been a problem to just stay without having sex. Like for me, I feel like it's the most amazing. It's so pure. I would rather wait, to be honest. But I think it's only fair that my partner should tell me if they do have any form of disability. That is the only thing I require from my partner. Like, if you know that, honey, you can't have that erection, tell me. Maybe we can find a solution together. That's for me. That's my point. But it's fine. I'm okay with not having sex, really.
Okay. And I think when we go sex, like sex itself, sex is very vast. I think it's not the issue of penetration alone. There's so many ways that people that can actually get to have the satisfaction sexually.
Without it,
yes. And I think it all starts with people being
without actually.
And I want to also emphasize on what he said about how the Christian body is under this sort of pretense of being holy and we can't speak about certain things. There's a reason why there are sex toys. There are reason why there are certain movies. It's to help you also in your sex life. If none of that works, I don't know any marriage that worked without sex.
What are you telling me? Are you telling me that
You can utilize those toys.
You can utilize
like
those toys in the absence of your partner.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm talking about something that can help both of you.
I think at the end of the day, one of the things that we need to be very, very mindful of is, you see, when two people are dating, Chichi, we need to have a situation where they are able to volunteer to bring out certain information that is important to their partner.
Yeah.
This is something that is very, very important. Let's talk about people that have been dating and have made it very clear, like you're saying, Chichi, that you want to wait. Wonderful. Okay? if you want to have a partner that is willing to wait, and you actually have a problem, you might as well tell them you have a problem so that they know what they are getting into.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, my waist could be burning and I'm waiting for something that I want to come and enjoy. Then I find that it's not actually working. Yep. So I think we need to have a situation where partners can be very open about it. And this is something that, we also need to understand. I think that if you are going to get into marriage with me, and you tell me that everything is okay, and yet everything is not okay because something is wrong. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
I think there's everything right with divorce, because then we are talking about a marriage that was entered into with what?
False foundation.
Yeah.
You get my point.
Yeah.
So
and I think one thing for sure is that the grounds of the best sex that you can ever enjoy starts with people being good friends.
Oh, yes.
So if there's a lack of friendship between the two, trust me, no matter how erected one is, no matter how strong one is, I think there won't be the enjoyment. So for me, it's actually very, very important that it's a pity that today dating and courtship has been taken to eating chips and watching movies. That's a time for preparation.
Yeah.
That's a time that you talk about things that will begin to that will have a lot of effects in your marriage.
Yeah.
But it's a pity that today it's about pick me up, drop me up, and all those things. And that's what has. And there's this idea of the big event that is coming, the wedding. So people are looking up to the wedding day,
But
and
not
not
after
right after
the
the wedding.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's funny.
I was watching a movie yesterday actually, and something stood out. It was like the magic is not in the wedding. The magic is in the marriage.
Yeah.
Okay, it's what happens afterwards. And personally, I believe in compatibility. Okay, I believe that you need to find somebody who is compatible with you on both a physical and a spiritual and an emotional level.
Very important.
It's so important, so that even if I found that even if your partner might not be as gifted as you want them to be. Yes, both vice versa. Maybe she doesn't have the boob you want, and maybe he doesn't have the piece you want, or whatever.
Yeah.
If you are connected on a spiritual level, for some reason, you can make it work.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times we just want marriages of convenience. Oh he's looking nice, but you don't have those deep conversations that can touch you spiritually.
Do you
To be
really
honest,
agree with that?
I agree with her. But let me just take you backwards, Tash. You did mention that it's a problem for you if a partner has multiple sexual.
Yes, that's a big problem.
Yes, but it's only right if they're just like with one person.
Yes.
So you're simply saying that it's okay.
Yeah.
If you're not married,
Yeah.
to be having sex.
Yes. Before you open another door, close the first one. So if you and I are dating, and then we decide we're going to have sex, I do not expect you to be having sex with Mary, Lucy, and Kate. And you don't expect me to be having sex with Mwanza, John, and Matthew. You understand what I mean? Until we decide that this is not working anymore.
What's the difference if we're going to do it before marriage? What's the difference?
The difference is that we're being honest with each other emotionally. I'll tell you what I mean. Women, when we have sex with multiple different partners, it is very different from a man having sex with different partners. With men, sex is more physical. With women, it's more emotional.
Yeah.
And so I'm not being honest with myself if I have several different sexual partners, and neither are you. Because you're just doing it from a lustful side, and I don't know what void I'm looking for within me. So until I figure out that between me and you, this is not working, I need to make it work with you. And if we decide to close this door, that's when I can now be like, okay, hi, how you doing? You understand what I'm saying? Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so just a quick one. How far can you take it? Like you find this person, you've tried everything. Maybe it's in the mind. You're best friends with this person. He's your boo, he's your bae, or she's your boo, or whatever the case. And it's just not working in the bedroom. how long? Let's take an instance when probably you're married. Let's put a situation where these people are married, right? They dated and probably they even had sex and they were okay. Then all of a sudden, boom, it's not working anymore. How long can you hold on? Like sometimes it puzzles me, to be honest with you. I put myself in that situation where I'm wondering, how long am I going to stick around? Is it right for me maybe to find a side guy just to satisfy me a bit? Because to be honest with you, for me, that's my greatest fear. What if we're dating, we're having sex, then boom, all of a sudden one day,
Such a great question, actually.
he's just not working anymore. Like I dread that thought.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I don't mean to actually. You're the ones that are actually supposed to answer this, but let me give my own opinion. For me, one of the things that I feel, believe me, 99% of people that have problems with their sex know they have a problem even before they actually get into marriage. The question is, do they take the time to tell their partners, I have got this problem? Do they honestly come out so that they are accepted by their partners, so their partners are ready to deal with what it is they're not going to have? That is where the problem is. It's the lies. People never tell the truth, because when you tell the truth, then you are letting your partner understand what they are getting into. Now we have, but how do you deal with that, Changwe? We have a situation where, of course, he has not told the truth, but then there are these vows that people actually go, through.
Yeah.
You broke your vows by lying. Even when you said those vows, you were lying. Because you said to be honest, no matter what, and you were lying even there.
Okay.
Yes.
And I think one of the things that people should get to understand is that when people get into relationships, I think I've come to learn that there are only three things that I think are a major thing. We get into a relationship to share who we are and what we have. We get into a relationship to support each other. And we get into a relationship to get the honor, the respect that comes with somebody being, he's a married man. There's that trust and there's that respect that is given to such a one. So I think when this foundation is wrongly done, there's everything wrong with somebody even saying they might even manage to sustain it. Like she said, you are already in it and then there was an accident, somebody cannot function. That's a different case, because there must be, that's where now support and understanding from the other part comes in. So you need to be very supportive and understanding, and together, as you work towards finding a solution, you need to actually make sure that you are there for your friend.
When is the right time to take it out to? Is it Chimbusas or is it family? What do you do?
No.
Do you just keep it a secret?
No, you don't take it to your family. I'll tell you why. I got some really great advice from somebody. I love advice. Yeah. They said never share your personal issues with your family. Yeah. Because they will never forget it, even if you might get over it. And they will hold that onto them. You know what I mean? Because obviously they love you, they want what's best for you, but they're not in you. They're not in your relationship, so they don't understand what's going on. And then going back to your previous question of how long do you keep up if you're not enjoying the sex, and maybe you're married, maybe it's before you get married and you decide, look, I don't want to do this anymore. If you're friends, then you're honest with each other. Yeah. And if you're honest with each other, then you avoid situations where you resent each other. A lot of people are married today and they resent each other because they're continuing to do things that do not make them happy.
That is something. And I think due to time, guys, I think I don't know, Chichi. It's been a mouthful, really. It's an amazing conversation we've actually had, but I think this is how I would really love to actually end this. Yeah. Honesty, Chichi. Honesty is something that is very, very important. One thing we need to understand is that you say sex in marriage must be given its place. Even before you actually get married, we need to understand it is something that is very important. If there are certain issues that need to be addressed before you actually get married, these are issues that seriously need to be addressed. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, you know what? In marriage is the only time you can actually have sex with your wife or your husband and shout hallelujah as you are coming. That's the only time. So really, you don't want to have a situation where you're going to get into it and you can't even enjoy it. So
but you've not answered the question. Is it okay to have sex before marriage?
I am coming there.
You haven't answered that. You keep saying have a conversation,
that is true.
Talk about what you can and can't do, and then sex in marriage.
Is it okay?
Can I not just find out for myself?
Is it okay to have sex before marriage? There's everything wrong. But my point is, we need to have a situation where people are honest with each other, because at the end of the day, they will need the sex.
I think
Let me end there, Chichi.
let's take it a few seconds per person, just in your own words, just to conclude. I'll start with you.
Is it okay? It's a yes and no, because the truth of the matter is whether you do it or not, there are consequences.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a personal decision that one has to make,
Yeah.
and one has to be mature enough to bear the consequences.
Okay, I have to agree with you, and I'll say, for me, I say it's okay as long as you're being honest with yourself, and as long as you're keeping it one partner at a time.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. Obviously, I need to air out my views as well. In my opinion, communication is the most important thing.
Very important.
Only you can know best what's best for your partner, and it ends there. But whether you do it or not, it's entirely